Hey guys, it's masatonic. I'm Bilingual Harukist. 皆さん、こんにちは。Bilingual Harukist の masatonic です。So, in this video, I'd like to talk about Haruki Murakami's short story, A Perfect Day for Kangaroos. This is a book guide short story series in volume 6, and this is a Japanese edition of A Perfect Day for Kangaroos. It's a same title of this collection of short stories. And then today I'd like to talk about this particular work, A Perfect Day for Kangaroos. It's really nice title, isn't it? So in this video, I'd like to talk about the work's overview and story. But I will not talk about too much detail about story, but the overview of story. And then my favorite things, my favorite point of this book I'd like to talk about. And then, as always, this video consists of 3 parts. And like I said, overview and overview of story and my favorite things. So let's get started. And first chapter, overview. This work, A Perfect Day for Kangaroos, is contained in the also short stories, a collection of short stories, Blind Willow, Sleeping Woman. Like I said, but in Japan, originally contained in this one, short story collection, A Perfect Day for Kangaroos. In 1983, September, it was published, and situation is different in the US or English market. Like I write here, this work is contained in Blind Widow and Sleeping Woman, and this same, how to say, book as a Perfect Day for Kangaroos has not published yet. Majority of our works is also contained in Blind Widow and Sleeping Woman, and this collection of short stories, Blind Widow and Sleeping Woman, contained other more short stories. So if you want to read English edition of A Perfect Day for Kangaroos, or in Japanese, Kangaroo Beauty, you can read in Blind Widow and Sleeping Woman. Yes, and in Japan, originally this work, A Perfect Day for Kangaroos, appeared in a magazine named Torefuru in 1981 October. And then this magazine is a bit unique magazine because it's not officially published as a commercial magazine or literary magazine like in Japanese 文学界 or 新潮 or 文藝春秋, etc., etc. But Torefuru is some Japanese department store has published for their customers or kind of inner circle. I'm not sure it's officially said or not, but I don't think it's officially sale, or I mean, in a way, it's a not for sale, very special magazine, or very rare magazine. So which means Haruki Murakami is very kind of relaxed to write and published of these works contained in the Perfect Day for Kangaroos. It's like a essay, like very casual atmosphere reader might feel from it. And then the year of the publishing, like I said, this October 1981. This is a very early stage of Haruki Murakami's career, and it's interesting coincidence in this exact period, October 1981, Haruki Murakami published 4 stories contained in Perfect Day for Kangaroo. It's also he also published the Kangaroo Communique and the second bakery the bakery attack. These 2 works I make a video in another book guide series, and also Ashika in Japanese. I don't know how to put it in English though, but these 4 titles he has published. So reader might think or might guess the connection of these 4 stories. That is, I think, a very interesting way to read it deeply. Yes, and yeah, this is the same published period as the Kangaroo Communique. So this is an overview of the Perfect Day for Kangaroos, or in Japanese, Kangaroo Biori. Okay, let's move into the story. And story, talking about story of a Perfect Day for Kangaroos is slightly difficult because it's very short story. It actually is less than 10 pages in Japanese. So if I will not talk about too much detail, it's very simple line. Yeah, I can summarize just one sentences. One day, protagonist went to zoo and watched kangaroos. Period. This is an overview of the story. So, but I will put it. I will deep in a little bit deep talk about detail, but I will not talk about. I will not talk about too much detail. And like I said, the keyword is these three words: zoo, four kangaroos, and also hot dog and cola. Is to me, it's a very kind of very metaphoric and then very symbolic words. One day, protagonist and the protagonist is a two people, I, or in Japanese boku, and his girlfriend or his wife. Actually, it's not depicted in the original text. Their ages or their relationship, their, let's say, detailed relationship. It's only a reader can imagine what kind of relationship and how much old they are. But she must be a young couple, but it's not depicted precisely they are married or not married, or they live together or not. It was just they're starting to sing with each other. Just reader can imagine. There is a, how to say, kind of a blank space which a reader can imagine. But from my interpretation, they seem to be live together or half live together, and but still not they're married yet. Yeah, I think it's some key point to read deeply or interpret this story deeply. That's my only my point of view. And then one day, protagonist and his girlfriend read the newspaper, and they found some article about the birth of baby kangaroo, and they especially she, our girlfriend, want to see the baby kangaroo, and one day they think, oh, this is a perfect day for watching kangaroos, and then so they went to zoo, and there's a four kangaroos in the zoo, and then by watching the four kangaroos, especially baby kangaroo, the protagonist and the girlfriend talk about not many things, basically for the talking about baby kangaroo. And then four kangaroos consist of baby kangaroo and one male, maybe his father, and also mother, and other as a women kangaroo, a female kangaroo, and then yes, that the four kangaroo. Yes, and then they talking about by watching these kangaroos, and which are eating hot dog and drinking cola. This is a basically overview, and then ending up by they ended the watching and finished their conversation, and they girlfriend suggested have a beer, and then that's it. Then the story is ended. So it's in a way it's nothing. How to say? Special things have occurred during this story. Just watching four kangaroos, especially baby kangaroos, and talking about it. This is a this is all. But so how reader can enjoy that very simple story? It's this is my third topic. I will talk about the Kangaroos, my favorite things or my point of view, how I enjoyed these stories. And the 3 points I will talk about. First, reasonable conversation. Like I said, conversation between protagonist and girlfriend is majority part of, at least, yes, majority part of this story. And their conversation rhythm is very unique. It's very Haruki Murakami's way of writing. The conversation is very rhythmical and very unique way of speaking. In Japanese original text, I don't think how to say Japanese person speak or talk that way. In a way, it's only in Haruki Murakami's work that kind of conversation exists. I think at least I don't talk that way. Yeah, and if I do, just people say because I am Harukist, something like that. But still, the rhythm of conversation is very good and very unique. It's a really Haruki Murakami's one of unique point, and also metaphor. Also, this is a so in common in Haruki Murakami's work, but especially this work, metaphor is very interesting, and the way of writing. I will pick up two parts from the English version here. I will cite, looking like a composer whose talent has run dry. He just stood stock still, staring at the leaves inside their feed trough. This is a depiction of the father kangaroos. I think very interesting. Father kangaroo look like a composer whose talent has run dry. So in a way, reader can imagine what kind of father or male kangaroos he was. So that's I think interesting. And also, depiction of mother kangaroo. She looked like someone who just finished her afternoon shopping at the supermarket on the main drag in upscale Aoyama and was taking a break in a nearby coffee shop. This is also mother kangaroo seems to be human. And Aoyama is actually once Haruki Murakami set up his office, and then when he wrote this work, actually at that time he didn't have an office, but just he had his mansion, and then just with yeah, he has a mansion, and then but it's not so far from Aoyama, a little bit slightly. Maybe it will take I don't know 10 to 15 minutes for where he had lived there during this time. I mean 1980, 81. So, and also so many people in Japan who lived in Tokyo can imagine that these kind of atmosphere, Aoyama's, what kind of, how to say, area looks like. So then, and then maybe reader can imagine, especially Japanese reader can imagine what kind of mother this female kangaroos look like. That kind of metaphor is very interesting and very Haruki Murakami's unique way. And also third point, blank space. Like I said, this story is very simple. Just protagonist and girlfriend went to zoo and watching four kangaroos, period. So there's so many blank spaces there. Maybe a reader can imagine what kind of story inside it, or in other words, read the lines. So, and then to me, in usual case, I want to read deeply and I want to fill these kind of blank space with my own imagination. But at least regarding this book, A Perfect Day for Kangaroos, I will not use my imagination because I just want to accept with blank space this story, because to me it's much more natural and much more I can enjoy it. If I will, maybe I can imagine their means protagonist and girlfriends, and relationship between four kangaroos, I can imagine, but without imagining, without too much, how to say, interpretation, just with a blank space, I can imagine or accept is my my, at least to me, my way of enjoying this book. Of course, it's up to every reader or up to you. If you want to read deeply or um, want to thinking about metaphor, maybe you can do, and then and then that's a very good way to read uh, novels or short stories. So if you want to do, I will suggest some point. Maybe let's thinking about a relationship or symbolic meaning of four kangaroos, and then a protagonist, especially his girlfriend, it's how think or how she thought these four kangaroos relationship, and that relationship, how she influenced their own relationship, especially having kids or not, having kids or baby or not. It's a very, how to say, easy way to read slightly deeply. Maybe um, reader can imagine what I mean, protagonist girlfriends thought, and then their four kangaroos relationship is very metaphoric and also symbolic. So if you want to, maybe from that point of view, you can think and read deeply. But to me, without thinking deeply, just with blank space, I can accept this story. So many blank space and then atmosphere. Kangaroo, the perfect day for kangaroos. Maybe it's a very good, fine weather day, and their protagonist and the girlfriend have a hot dog and drinking cola. Then they're just watching kangaroos. The whole atmosphere is um, very nice. So, and then metaphor is very unique. So kangaroos looks like human. That's it, interesting. And then just I feel relaxed and period. This is my way of reading, right? Okay, that's it. So if you feel interested and want to read this story or want to read it again, please give me a good rate on I would appreciate if you subscribe my channel. Okay, see you next video. Bye.